Greetings, beautiful human. I hope you're doing well on this Friday, July 3rd, before the 4th of July happens. It is almost 100 degrees. It's been hot as heck in Texas all week, and it's going to be hot as heck in Texas all next week. So I hope you're feeling great and doing your body and your body good and feeling good and all those wonderful things. And hey, Friday, July 3rd, 2026. So, anywho, usually I do my episodes scripted, typically, but today it's going to be off the dome. It's not going to be very long, but I just wanted to run by something that happened to me last Saturday morning. Last Saturday was, I don't know what it was, but it was last Saturday morning. And I want to get your take on whether or not I approach if whether or not I approach this situation the right way. So anyway, Saturday morning around 5 a.m., I was asleep, as most people are at 5 a.m. on Saturday morning. And I was awakened by the sound of desperate, insistent tapping on my door knock. I don't have a doorbell, but we have the door knock, and it was insistent, like somebody was trying to get inside this house. It's my apartment. And I was startled because who was knocking on my door? I'm thinking, okay, who could this be? My son is not knocking on the door. First of all, he knows my number. He would call me first, I would hope. And besides, his shift starts early, so I know it wasn't him and it wasn't my grandson. Like again, my grandson would call me. I mean, why would he? It just did not compute. So that left me very startled and unsettled. So I got up and I didn't grab my glasses as I should have, but I'm familiar with my apartment enough to know where I'm going. So I didn't grab my glasses. And this knocking. And so what I did was obviously I did not open the door. I'm not going to open the door, but I have a window next to my door, to the left of my door. So I moved the blinds so I could see outside. And there was this fool standing there with his hands up like this, like this. I'm like, what the F? What are you doing? So I looked at him and I said, who are you? What do you want? Go away. Go away. And so I did not look to see where he had scattered or scurried to. I just closed the blinds and I did not hear him going up the stairs. I did not hear him um, knocking on another person's door or entering a code to get in. We need codes to get into the apartments here. There's no key entry. So I'm like, oh my goodness gracious, that's very, very unsettling. And I was startled. My heart was racing. And so I stood in that area just to get my heart rate down. And I went back. I went to bed. I did not go back to sleep. I was not able to go back to sleep. I texted my son, told him about it. He called me right back, checked to see if I was okay. And then he said, well, as soon as the office opens at 10 in the morning, tell them what's going on, obviously. So thanks, hon. Thanks for checking on me. Love you. Talk to you soon. So I wasn't able to go to sleep, so around 7:30ish or so, I got up and I, changed and put on my walking clothes because I walk in the morning early to get it out of the way because it's so hot in the afternoon. So I got that done and then I came back in and did a little light housekeeping. I did not want to get deep into the woods of it because I knew that I wanted to go to the office at 10 a.m. So around 9:55ish or so, uh, I'm headed to the office. I'm headed to the office, and the gentleman who I believe is the caretaker of this young man who does not live in the complex, but he does visit periodically. I've seen him once or twice, just see him, and I believe he's on the spectrum, which is fine and dandy. There's nothing wrong with being on the spectrum, but I don't want him knocking on my door. So anyway, this gentleman who lives upstairs to the left of me, he was walking towards the dumpster as I was, so I could throw out my refuge and dark garbage. Okay, and I said to him. First, I wasn't going to say anything to him. I wasn't going to say anything. So I said, you know what? I'm going to say something. So I said, excuse me, sir, do you have a young man with a white t-shirt staying with you? He goes, oh, yeah. I says, well, that young man was knocking on my door at 5 a.m. this morning. I did not appreciate it. I don't like it. I don't want him to do that ever again. I don't know him and I don't want to know him. So can you please make certain that this doesn't happen again? He goes, okay, sure, yeah, no problem. So I proceeded on to the office. I made a report. I was told by the office to call the non-emergency number for my neighborhood. I went back home. I called the number. I spoke to two people. Within 20 minutes, someone called me back and took an official report. I was given a number for the report, et cetera, et cetera. And then I went online to also file that report formally. And so I have that information on file. I also was told to come back to the office on that Monday to file, to let management know, because the person I spoke to on Saturday morning was not lead management, he was assistant management. So I went to the office on Monday and made an official report. But what I want to get information from you guys is I was told, with love, I was told that the way I approached the gentleman at the dumpster by telling him I don't know the young man, I don't want to know the young man, that I came across as being hostile. Mind you, I did not raise my voice. I was not pointing my fingers. I was not shaking my head and I wasn't doing any of that. It was not inappropriate at all. I was succinct and I was matter of fact. I just want to know, based on how I've delivered the scenario to you, do you think that I was hostile and combative? And do you think that I should have approached him a different way? I needed him to know that what happened with the person that he oversees or whatnot is unacceptable. This guy doesn't even drive, and it's 5 in the morning, and you're knocking on neighbors' doors. Hello, that's not okay in any shape, form, or fashion, and I don't like it, and I don't want it to ever happen again. So see to it, okay? Gather him up, let him know that it should not happen again. So, anywho, that's that. I'd love to hear your comments in the comments. I'd love for you to continue to like, share, subscribe. And thank you so much for visiting Big Age Love with Robin R. Robinson. I hope that you enjoy the weekend. I am going to be having lunch and running errands with my grandson, because we in this house celebrate my mother's birthday. May she continue to rest in paradise, and her birthday is on July 4th. So that's what we celebrate. All that other stuff, okay? But whatever you do, stay safe, uh, stay blessed, and keep some sunscreen on or wear a hat, all right? Because it's going to be hot wherever you are, I reckon. So, with that in mind, thanks again, beautiful human, for stopping by. I really, really appreciate you. Looking forward to hearing your input in the comments. You take care, be well, be happy, be blessed. I'll see you next week if God's willing and the creek don't rise and my channel's still up, okay? Because I'm still tussling with you know who about that. In any event, I'll talk to you later. Stay beautiful, human being. Peace.